Hey, welcome everybody to Plaid for Women TV. I'm Shivaun Palmer. Today I'm interviewing Candace Ortega. She's a welding instructor at the South Campus of Tarrant County College. Terrific lady. We're going to learn all about her and her chosen profession. She's graciously doing the intro, so girlfriend, switch it over to me and I'll make it all about you now. And here's Candace Ortega. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning, Candace. Okay. This is so exciting. So let's talk. Plaid for Women is all about empowering women and girls, and we're talking about unique careers in the industry. So before we get into how you got into welding, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Norcross, Minnesota, a little bitty town on the southwest corner of Minnesota, and population 36, maybe 46. Includes farm animals that had names, I think. Shoot your gun out the front door.
Minnesota.
Up towns across the street.
Small town.
Very small town.
Okay, tell me about it. Now, you've been in Fort Worth for many, many years, and I understand that you started your career here literally at Tarrant County College.
Yes,
you started
ma'am.
out as a student. So tell us about that.
I started as a welding student in 2009. I started with a stick welding class, SMAW, and I was hooked when I struck my first arc. I originally started school to be a nurse, though, but was afraid of the academia. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to study, that I wouldn't get good grades. So I figured welding had a lab. And while I was home, before I started school, I was a housewife for 11 years, and I remodeled my whole house: tile, electrical, plumbing, roofing.
Well, how did you know how to do that?
My
You
dad,
just had the
my
talent?
dad did, and my uncle came from California and helped me with a little bit of it, showed me some stuff.
So it was intuitive. You had the talent there.
And I love it. I love to do stuff like that. I like the big projects.
That's awesome. Oh, now let's go back. You said when you struck your first arc. For us lay people out there, what does that mean?
That means when I put my first rod to the metal and it went and started to melt stuff.
You just got all of Twitter.
I knew what I was going to do. I knew I wasn't going to be a nurse.
After the explosion. Okay, that's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about welding as a career here, because it's a very well-known program here at TCC. Most people think about welding when you go to a big skyscraper and you see the men and women up there doing the big welding jobs. What other areas can students, young men and women get into?
The aeronautic field, the airplanes and things like that, Bell Helicopter, Halliburton, all of those.
Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin, yeah, a lot of that stuff. Also, they can be technicians. They can fix welders. They can be the gas guy at the counter. There's a million different things they do. Welding is entailed in everything. You're probably sitting in the chair you're sitting in probably has welding on it.
Sure.
The building we're sitting in has welding on it, holding it together. It encompasses everything. The AWS predicted by 2017 that the United States alone would be 2 million welders shy.
By 2017, and why is that shortage?
Well, I believe, for my personal belief, I believe there was a gap in education. There was a period where everybody had to go to college for a business degree. Everybody wanted to have some business, and then your trades fell off, like your electricians, your plumbers, your welders, the blue collar stuff. And you can actually make a really good living doing all of those trades, an amazing living, and support your family and eat well and not have to cut coupons if you don't want to.
Absolutely. I think there's a misperception that you have to have the white collar job when that's not the case at all. These are very highly paid careers.
Oh, yes. And I love it. I'd rather weld than do anything else. I could work a 12-hour shift and go home and still weld a little bit.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the actual process of welding. What does it encompass? I mean, most people see the sparks flying, and let's look at this beautiful hood you've got over here. Why don't you give a demonstration? This is actually called a welding hood?
Yeah, or a helmet. It's got a filter lens on it that protects your eyes from the radiation.
Okay.
The arc radiation. It put it on your head, then before you strike your arc, you knock it down, and you start welding.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And so the process again about welding, tell us what that encompasses.
It's a process of melting and joining two pieces of metal together.
It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah. No. You gotta have some technique to it. You really have to. You'll get what you put into it. If when you take our classes here, if you put 110%, you'll get 110% out. If you're going to skip classes and things like that, you're not going to get as much out of it. you get what you put into it. And most guys that weld actually have a little bit of an art bone too.
So speaking of, I look here on your desk, this beautiful sculpture right here. Is this a good example of a...
Yes, ma'am. Lucio made that for me. He was one of my students. I taught a class over at the Opportunity Center for Veterans. I've taught several of those classes, and he actually made that. And I keep in contact with most of those guys.
So again, vets coming out of the military,
yes,
welding
ma'am.
would be a very viable career.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So how long does it take to get, do you get an associate's degree? Is it associate's degree in welding here at TCC?
Yes, an associate's degree in welding technology.
Okay.
It took me 3.5, almost 4 years to get mine. I was on the fast track. Most kids could do it in 2 years, but I had a family and children that I was shuffling around and
sure, work-life balance like most ladies.
Playing chauffeur, but I got here and I'm doing all right.
That's fantastic.
I got my first welder after I finished my first welding class and paid it off in a week. Woohoo!
It's fantastic. So what do you enjoy most about working here at Tarrant County College?
For me, it's about the students. When they have that, I got it, that aha. I see it, Candace, I can see it. That's what I like. I won't ever quit teaching. Even though I have my own business, I'll still always teach, just because I get off on that, I got it. It's there. Yes, I see it. I can do it.
Now, also, I understand that you were featured very interesting relationship with the Boy Scouts of America about getting a merit badge. So tell us how that happened.
Well, I think about 4 or 5 years back, they started the welding merit badge for the Boy Scouts. They do a lot of the STEM stuff as well. The Boy Scouts try and push that on the boys, and I think it's a wonderful feeling. I like it because I can hook them young, and most of them like it just as much as I do when they come in. I'm the liaison between Lincoln Electric and the Longhorn Council for the Boy Scouts, and I try and do 3 or 4 a year where I have the boys come out. The college is gracious enough to offer their facilities for the boys to come and learn, and all of the kids that come in here are potential students for us.
That's wonderful. And also STEM, I'm sure you're passionate about seeing more young girls come through in terms of
I wish we had more. I do the high school tours when the kids come in from the high schools and tour the facility, and I always tell the girls, this is lots of fun, you got to do it.
This is awesome.
Yes.
Yes. That's great. What have you learned about yourself with this career, quote unquote, non-traditional career for women, but women can do anything, as we both well know. But do you find sometimes that people are surprised, some of your students, when they first come in and see a very attractive lady, with her getting ready to instruct, or...
I usually don't worry too much about that. If anybody's got any questions about my ability, let's hood up and go do it.
Let's hood up, people. Somehow I don't doubt you have any problem in that area, Candace.
Yeah, I'll bet mine looks better than yours.
Do you find that career choices are changing? So in the next few years, like you said, there's going to be a shortage of welders in this country. So what do you think educational institutions need to do to, lessen that gap?
Well, for our program here at the college, we don't have enough seats. We have more bodies that want to be in our classes than we can put in our classes. A lot of times the guys have to wait to get into a class.
That's a nice problem to have, but you want to be able to accommodate people.
Yes, you bet. But it's a wonderful career. I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
That's wonderful. Well, just to wrap up, you've been an absolute delight. Tell me some personal and professional heroes in your life, people that have really made a difference in your life.
Charles Credicott. He's my mentor. He was the first person I talked to in the department, and he taught me almost everything that I know about welding. He's incredibly smart. I wish I could get a brain melt with him so I can steal all the knowledge he has. I still have a lot to learn. Kara McDaniel over at Lincoln Electric has been wonderful to me. She's the district manager of the Dallas division, and she's wonderful. She always makes sure I have equipment and anything that I need for the Boy Scout program that I run.
And then what about personal heroes, people that have impacted your life personally?
My children. They've been my biggest fans the whole time I was going to school. They supported me. And
you've got 2 boys?
2 boys. Zach's 24 and Mitchell's 20 years old.
They got a pretty cool mom.
They're awesome boys.
Well, Candace Ortega, you are awesome. And just to wrap up this video, and thank you for your time today, what is the best way people can get information about getting involved with the program here at Tarrant County College?
They can come and see me if they want. I'm in the STEC building. My office is 1419 or 1319A, and or they can call the college. They can talk to Jean Yanis. They can talk to me. I'll give them a tour if they come see me.
All right. They can great information on the website as well.
Yes, great information on the website. You bet.
Okay.
And or they can call my office 817-515-4779.
Candace Ortega, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. You want to give us a thumbs up?
Thank you very much. Go Weld.
And girl power, right?
Girl power, girl power.
All right. Thank you.